I will say I am glad I reread the chapter one more time because it changed a little bit of my perspective of this chapter than I did earlier today. We're going to review Dragon Ball Super Manga chapter 99, which is Gohan Beast, of course. He's here. We get to see the big man himself. That is right. So, as it starts off, we get to see the big mighty Cell Max angry because he got his butt whooped from the last chapter. So now he's angry, frustrated, and now he wants to fight. So sure enough, we got Orange Piccolo going in the ring one more time to fight this man. But you know what? We can't just have him going in with a shirt on. He's got to rip it off. He's got to tear that thing apart because why not? Almost everything in Dragon Ball Z is about ripping shirts. Except his shirt was okay. Why did he have to rip it? You did not have to rip it, first off. I will point that out. We don't need to see those big hunkers you got on you there, Piccolo. I'm sorry. Just because you got bigger doesn't mean we all want to see what you got, okay? You're going to scare Krillin away. I'm just going to point that out. But besides me joking around here, I do have to say the combat at this point is good. And I love literally the way Torotaru did this with Piccolo fighting Cell Max. Like, I felt like there was more to this fighting mechanism, especially with Cell Max, like, you know, improvising, because he lost his arm in the last chapter, so he's using his tail as, like, another arm. And I love for that perspective. So we get to see his big fight, and it's just so incredible. Sure, we also get the Sea Fires coming in because, well, that's just how it is. If someone's losing the fight, you're gonna get the crew, no matter what. But other than that, we do get to see Cell Max even the playing field against Piccolo, which is blowing his arm off. Which, like I said, Cell Max doesn't have a left arm. Technically part of his left arm, I should say. And that's one thing I like about this chapter is you can see Cell Max improvising, using anything he could think of to his advantage to show everybody that, yes, just because he lost an arm or maybe part of a cracked skull doesn't mean he's out of the ring just yet. And I love it that Torotaru really pushes that in this chapter, and I love it for that personally, because usually we would see, you see the enemy, you know, usually doing his whole power, like trying to be powerful, and then the next minute they're pretty much getting toast. Like, they're literally like already getting hurt instantly because they had the advantage for like 5 minutes, and then sure enough we hear that, oh, well, I just wasn't trying my hardest. I need to fight better, and then sure enough they fight better. But in this, you could tell like they are trying every single way to fight against Cell Max, and just having Cell Max do his thing is incredible. So props to you for that, Torotaru. Love your effort for that. But then anyways, of course, we get the big final showdown where Piccolo is going to almost sacrifice himself, I guess if you want to call it that way, where he's about to be obliterated by Cell Max. And of course, the big trigger happens. We get Super Saiyan 2. I mean, Beast Gohan. So even though we do get to see Beast Gohan show up in this chapter, yes, he does one final blow to the stomach. Not really too much happening in this chapter with Beast Gohan, but all we know for a fact is Piccolo's now got him hold. He's got him all wrapped up, and he's ready to keep him steady while the Z-Fighters and even Gamma 1 took out the wings. So this guy can't fly, or partly fly, I guess. He still kind of has his wings. They just kind of cut it in half, I guess, if you want to call it that. Now we're at the final part where Gohan's going to do the Special Beam Cannon, and that is where the chapter ends. I do have to say, like I said with the pointers, it is definitely intriguing with the fighting. I love the fight with Piccolo and Cell Max. They really brought it in just to make sure that everything goes like exactly how it should be, and I love how they just extended that a little bit more just to give it like a little more oomph, or like a little oomph of it, I guess you could say. But I do have to say there are like maybe like one or two little like panels that felt like it was just like a stall or something that maybe Torotaru didn't know what to put in those panels. So that part I kind of was like, well, I would have preferred if you made it more interesting or just filled that whole area with you know, one of the scenes at least or something like that. But besides that, literally the story for the chapter was pretty decent. I gotta give it credit. So I have to say, if it wasn't for me to reread this, I probably would have gave this a 5 out of 10. But after rereading it again, I kind of feel like it's more of like a 6.5 out of 10 or even like close to a 7. It just felt a lot good after reading it, and it just, the chapter, it just felt like each panel was like almost like a sequence to the anime. And I love when I read the chapters like that because it makes it so much intriguing for me to read it, and I love it for that purpose. There are some chapters I will say out there that I have read for the manga doing the reviews where it just felt it was not in that pace at all like the show. So that part I do have to say, since it did give me that feeling, I do have to give it like at least a 7 out of 10. So I will say it was pretty good, but like I said, there's some small flaws here and there, and you know what, things happen. Not everything's gonna be perfect, right? But other than that, guys, hope you guys watched and hit like for more. Let me know down in the comment section below your thoughts, opinions about this chapter. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you feel like it was just a rerun all of a sudden, like maybe from a movie or something like that? Who knows? But let me know in the comments section down below, and I'll see you all in the next videos. Peace out, everybody. Have a great day.